G'day viewers, I thought I'd do a companion video for the Anzac Day video I put on my main channel and share some of my personal views on the topic. I'm not one of those bleeding hearts who goes, oh, all war is bad, never mention war, it's like you're glorifying it. Yes, Anzac Day in particular has been used to glorify war in the past and in the present, and used to justify government involvement in subsequent wars. Yes, it's been whitewashed. Yes, the truth of it has become a very sort of malleable thing. But in general terms, so long as people are willing to listen to what actually happened, to what was actually involved, I think it's a good thing to commemorate Anzac Day. And while I bring that up, I do want to point out a couple of faux pas I've seen done, like people saying, Happy Anzac Day. Really? Happy Anzac Day. I think those people are somewhat missing the point. Oh, and the idea of, and this is just a personal thing, and you can argue it's just semantics, but celebrating Anzac Day is not something I'm particularly keen on. I would prefer if you said you were commemorating Anzac Day, because recognising the sacrifice of all the soldiers and non-combatants on both sides who suffered for their cause, that's worth commemorating. Celebrating, I think, is almost like giving the drunken bogans an excuse to be their obnoxious selves. People who say things like, that's not what the diggers died for. It's like, the people who say that are the people who don't have the beginnings of an understanding of what actually happened in Gallipoli. It's like, oh, respect the flag, the diggers fought under it. Well, no, actually, they weren't Australian forces in that context. They were British. They were part of the British Imperial Army. They fought under the British flag. The Australian flag did not fly at all at Gallipoli. So, shut up, you clueless idiots. And of all the things that the diggers died for, I'm not altogether sure that drunken bogans threatening people they don't like the look of was right at the top of their list. See, I don't presume to be able to definitively say what was going through the minds of individual soldiers, but, you know, someone suffering a fatal wound and choking on their own blood and sinking in the mud, I don't think their last thoughts were, at least drunken idiots will be able to threaten foreigners because of the freedom I've fought for. That is, you know, maybe I'm crazy, but that's how I see it. And also, the understanding, again, a lot of people think it was the Aussies going out with a great victory. It was a combined force, Australians, New Zealanders, the British, Canadians, Indians, basically, you know, the British Empire was all in there. And it was a colossal failure. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dead for no good reason whatsoever. Absolutely nothing strategic was gained. You know, you could argue that it helped develop Australia's national identity. I don't think that was necessary. Probably had a much bigger effect on Turkey because, and this is another thing that goes straight over some idiots' heads, that the Turkish were defending their homeland. The British forces were invading. Yes, Turkey was aligned with Germany, the bad guys in that context. But they were actually defending their own country, which might tell you why they fought so hard and why they kept going through such horrific casualties, because they suffered way more casualties than the British forces did. If nothing else good came out of it, the bond between the Anzac side and the Turks now is something truly amazing. I don't know of any other conflict where the opposing sides have such a sense of camaraderie. And I might link you, or I might even put it in the description, the famous words of the commander of the Turkish forces. He became known as Ataturk, father of modern Turkey. And I'm not even going to say them. I cannot say these words. I've seen them a million times, well, not a million times, a lot of times. I can't say them out loud without tearing up. I think I've used them in a previous video as voiceover, and I had to do it in a couple chunks because I can't do the whole thing. But it's basically about how the key line is, mothers who sent your sons wipe away your tears, they're our sons now as well. And I'm tearing up. I'm seriously, the idea, and I've seen a few documentaries, and what really makes me emotional about it is how young the men were. Sure, there were some older officers, but the majority of the men were under 20. And at the Turkish side, they were probably even younger because they were people defending their own land. And the absolute waste of these young lives, it's just appalling. So, yeah, my personal thoughts, take them or leave them. If you're going to commemorate ANZAC Day, try and actually be respectful about it rather than being a loudmouth about it. Because while I can't speak for the diggers, I just suspect that if you are the sort of loudmouth who abuses people, they wouldn't have thought very much of you. But look, I'm going to finish on a high note. I got mail. It's just here. Pick up the ANZAC stabbing knife. ANZAC's not here, so I'll just use it to open the mail. Now I think I know who this is from. Someone who I've got mail from before. It's royal mail. It's come from the Queen to mark ANZAC Day, to thank me for making my ANZAC Day video. But it's come from the UK, it's come from Cornwall. I think I know who it is. Ooh, there's a few things in here. Ooh, all sorts of things. What's in here? Yes, I recognise that handwriting. This comes from YouTube account Keiko. Ooh, there's a memory card in here. I wonder what's on here. Okay, so here's the letter that will probably explain it to you. Angry, was going to type this, but then realised you thought my writing was crazy, so I thought I'd write it by hand. It's been nearly 3 years since I wrote you terrible songs. I like the songs that Keiko's Last Smile wrote me. And when you referenced me in the video watching Battle Royale with ANZAC, which is where the username comes from, it's a movie Battle Royale, I remembered how nice it was to hear from you instead of just sending the songs postal and never seeing them again. Very ill at the time. You might remember I mentioned house arrest. And when you're that sick, you just need small reasons to get through each day and the next. And as cliche as it sounds, I really think it was my discovery and subscription to your video that helped me stay a bit sane in the most desperate period of my life. Oh, that's really nice. I don't think it's cliche, I think it's nice. Okay, I didn't really comprehend this effect at the time, which is why the 2 songs on the track are silly. And in hindsight, I can see what you really did for me. So I've written a new, more introspective song. Cool, can't wait to hear that. It'll probably, in the magic of post-production, it'll probably be playing behind while I talk. So which lets you know exactly why I subscribed and how you helped me back then, at least psychologically, get better. You may be entertaining and informative, but I really think makes you stand out as you're obviously so grateful to and respectful of your fans. Well, the ones who deserve it. The ones who ask for a bit of the old, they get that. It's because of this especially, I devote to you another musical celebration. 3 years of almost past, and vocal and ukulele skills are still mediocre. I don't care, because I love your work. And you a bit too, and this is the way I show it. Never stop making videos from Keiko's Last Smile. And I recorded a new song taking 2 hours of your 21st birthday. Oh, that's awesome. So, and I also have a depressing looking card, very nice artistically, but somewhat depressing. And it says in here, it's a picture postcard bought from Sevilla, I don't even know where that is. A native Berber woman covering her facial tattoos as tattoos are forbidden in Islam. To spiritually soar and customise the body is one of the oldest human instincts we still have. That's why I'm a tattoo artist. Thought he's free. Keiko's Last Smile. Cool! I didn't know Keiko's Last Smile was a tattoo artist. It's pretty cool. And there's another little note here. I have loads of books about lesser known, beautiful and mysterious parts of Britain. They're all massive and got shitloads to send to the UK. I was looking for a present. I realised I kept these only around the first songs I wrote for you. Collected from a British newspaper, but they're really good. So if and when I come back, go to the small, strange parochial places, because that's where my experience of true England comes out. Oh, it's Secret Britain from the Observer. Thank you. Thank you, Keiko's Last Smile. I am really going to enjoy looking through this. Ooh, 2 parts of Secret Britain. Excellent. Oh, that's really cool. So, I'm going to go and listen to the song, and you might be listening to it now. So yes, I do really enjoy getting mail. I enjoy almost beyond words the positive interaction with all you people who are positive. It's funny, I go online so often, I think essentially looking for validation, and you guys give it to me so often. You're all so awesome. Okay, so that's an up note and the ANZAC Day video on, and I'll be back again sometime soon with more videos. In fact, speaking of England, I've still got a bunch of video from my last visit to England I haven't put up. I'll have to put that up just to share. But yeah, till then, be good. And if you want to send me an email, the post office box down here. I don't know it off the top of my head. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the doobly-doo. And I'll see you all later. Bye now.